afternoon, Pokésports. On to another VGC Battle Stadium Series 12 video. Bring you a Cresselia team. Now, Cresselia is a Pokemon that I can't even say was popular in previous series because I don't really think it was. It was definitely popular in previous generations. Was part of like the chalk core of, you know, old VGC series. It almost feels like an eternity ago, but it was like 4 years ago or 5 years ago, where Cresselia was pretty much on the most meta team possible in, you know, the Pokemon metagame. So clearly it's a good Pokemon. Clearly it is one of the tankiest mons in all existence. It literally carried me in Pokemon Legends Arceus, so it has a special place in my heart to beating Giratina, ironically, because Lunar Blessing was a dumb move in that game, but unfortunately it's not in this game. But yeah, Cresselia. Not really seeing too much play right now because Calyrex Shadow is a common Pokemon and a common threat. Also, things like Yveltal is another common Pokemon and a common threat. So that kind of explains why it's not being seen too often. Obviously, if we see one of those two Pokemon, maybe bring Cresselia isn't the smartest idea. We might still do it because why the heck not? But I'm excited to try it out. I mean, this is a pretty standard Sun team. Beyond the fact that there's a Dialga paired with the Groudon, that's not a typical combination, but it's really nice that we have both options here. We have either Trick Room. Groudon can kind of work in both because it's not the fastest mon, it's not the slowest mon. Dialga very much loves Trick Room, likes to prosper in Trick Room. Also weakness policy on the Dialga. And then Charizard's here just in case we face like a Zacian team or a Kyogre Zacian team. A Swordfish team, the bottom 4 Pokemon we'll deal with, honestly, almost every single day of the week. The problem with today's video is going to be, can we make Cresselia work in multiple matchups? That's the thing that I fear the most, right? Because Cresselia typically would have been able to prevent itself from getting one-shot by Calyrex Shadow by having a berry to protect it. But Unnerve decides to ignore that berry. Cresselia is too afraid to eat the berry. Also, Urshifu Single Strike loves to eat Cresselia alive, but thankfully, not very popular. I mean, we used one in the last video, but typically it's not on most teams. I feel like all I've said was bad things about Cresselia so far. So let's see if this video can prove me wrong and prove to me that Cresselia can still be used in Series 12. If you guys are excited to see Cresselia here on the channel, you know what to do. Hit the like button down below and subscribe to Pokésports if you haven't done so already. And with that said, let's get on with today's battles. Alrighty. Reshiram Calyrex team with a lot of Trick Room options. Okay. Man, thankfully we have a lot of Trick Room Mons on our team, which is pretty decent. They do have Incineroar, which is a little bit spooky for my Groudon, but Dialga doesn't care. Cresselia doesn't care either. This actually might be a decent battle for Cresselia. I don't have Helping Hand on this Cresselia, though. That's like the one quote-unquote issue. Honestly, wait, hold on. Why don't I just lead with Groudon Charizard? Like, if they're going to set Trick Room, let's just try to get some residual damage going on their Pokemon, right? That's what I think, at least. And then, if they set Trick Room, we'll just play with the Trick Room. I feel like I've gone those 4 Pokemon every single battle, but I don't know if that's a bad thing. I think it's fine. Specifically for this battle, I think it's okay. We'll see how this plays out. I have a little bit of faith. Just a little bit. A teeny-weeny bit. And hey, if they decide to go with the Thunderous lead, then we just swap Charizard out into something that wants to take a Thunderous hit. We'll see how this goes. A little bit nervous. Oh, it's Charon. That's a fun name. Let's see what they lead with. What do you got for me, Charon, other than your green pants? Incineroar. That is 2 Pokemon that's Charizard doesn't care about, but at the same time, Groudon kind of does. So I am going to have to swap out the Groudon. Or just stay here in Precipice Blades, right? What is stopping me from just staying here in Precipice Blading? Kind of nothing. Like, yeah, the Intimidate's going to be a thing. But, you know, like, Charizard doesn't care. I also think I have to, like, try to get rid of this. Yeah, I'm going to Precipice here. I really want to get rid of this Incin as soon as possible. None of these guys can set Trick Room, so I'm just going to go for the Incin. They went for the non-Trick Room lead. It's actually interesting. I didn't expect them to do this. This is one of the few leads that I didn't think they would actually accomplish or even go for. Oh, is this like Ancient Power Reshiram? Do they do that? Do they do that? I mean, they have to do it if I thought about it when it's too late. We'll see how this plays out, I guess. They're gonna Dynamax the Rescue. You guys smell that? It smells like a rock fall. It smells like a big rock about to slam into my Charizard. But honestly, if I can get rid of their Instant and trade the Charizard for Instant, that's not a great trade. But it's decent. Like, Instant is annoying. We'll see how this goes. They just fake out my Groudon, unfortunately. Let's see how much the Airstream does to the Instant, though. Big Charizard Airstream into the Instant is enough to knock it out for what it's worth. Okay. Now, if they don't have Rockfall, we might have a very good chance in this game. Come on. Wormwind. Good. Good. I switch out my Groudon now, right? Groudon at -2 is just hilarious in terms of damage. Whatever they switch into, they're gonna... Whatever they switch into, they are gonna protect. They have to protect. But if it's Calyrex Ice, I'm still I'm wildfiring it, no matter what. I'm wildfiring it, no matter what. Even through Protect, this is gonna hurt like an absolute monster, right? This is gonna hurt so much, and it's gonna give me residual damage for the next couple turns. I'm also gonna swap into Cress. I could guard and then ally switch as an option. Nah, I'm lighting you on fire. I'm burning you to heck. You're done. Protect if you want. I am confident this will still hurt like heck. Right? This should still hurt. Fine. Do it. Let's see some damage here. This is Life Orb in the sun. Max move from a Zard with solar power. Get out of my game. Oh. Sorry. Nice weakness policy. Okie dokie. Well, we got residual damage in the game again. Phantasm. Oh, were they predicting a Cresselia swap? Well, now I know they have something for Cresselia, huh? Yikes, okay. Don't love that. I mean, this Reshiram is still a big problem, if I'm gonna be honest. It's still a big problem. I think I Groudon and I ally. And then I go for the Precipice, you know? The Blades. Perfect. Indeed, he does nothing for me. Nothing for them either. Except maybe Helping Hand, I guess. They might do like a Helping Hand... Phantasm thing? I'll ally switch here, and I will go for the Precipice. Let's see how this pans out. And then I have Deep Pulse in the back with a Dialga. These are at least their final two, right? So it won't get worse than this. This is as bad as it's gonna get. Alright, let's see if this ally switch actually means anything. Nice, great Precipice on Indeedee. Is that another crit? Right on! Good job! Hangs on with the Sash. Followed by the Max Wormwind is gonna lower my physical attack. I think I should swap out the Groudon, right? I don't think I lose anything by swapping it out. I can just go for a Psychic into this Indeedee, knock it out. Heal Pulse. Okay, even more reason to knock out Indeedee first. Oh, that's gonna get annoying, huh? Oh, never mind. Wildfire, that's right. Charizard from the grave. I still think we're in a position to where we have to swap out Groudon. I think Groudon also wants to be in Trick Room versus this, right? Dialga will probably also want to be in Trick Room versus this. So I'm going to click the Trick Room button. Being -1 doesn't help me. I gotta have max attack here. I have enough Pokemon in the back to swap for days. Blue Flare, that can miss. Into the Crest, unfortunately, is gonna knock out my Crest. But now I have 2 Pokemon with super effective stabs against this thing. I really need the sun to be gone, by the way, because I'm sure that Dialga doesn't want to take a Blue Flare. I'm gonna attempt to Trick Room again and go for Precipice. I really would like speed control here. Oh, I'm faster. Am I speed tying or am I crazy? Cool, doesn't matter, we win. Awesome. Sure. I mean, we got really lucky that game, I'll be honest. I'm not quite sure how great Cresselia was after that one because we got kind of lucky. Evil Dawn with a Comfy. Okay, so clearly this is like a Comfy with either Giga Drain for the weakness policy on Groudon or a Comfy with the Draining Kiss for the weakness policy on Yveltal. I will determine that from their lead, but they're definitely going to bring Comfy and something. I think Dialga is like fine for us and Cresselia also as the lead. Now, of course, if they lead Yveltal, we're going to be, you know, very sad about it, but there's really no other way here. I do think Groudon's pretty good in the back as well, and maybe Rilla, but Rilla seems a little sus, if I'm going to be entirely honest. Gastro also seems a little bit unnecessary. The Charizard wouldn't appreciate the, I guess we could just leave with Charizard just in case, or just have the Charizard in the back. Yeah, let's have Charizard in the back. You never know. Like, maybe that could be like a great late game Dynamax option, especially if they lead the Venusaur and like try to set Sun that way. We'll see. We'll see if I made the right decision by bringing Charizard here. I'm feeling like I didn't. But I also don't know what I'm feeling. This guy has an underscore in their name. All right, let's see what their lead is. They have a lot of potential leads. That's the one thing that I am concerned with. Yveltal, Grimmy. Didn't expect those two. Definitely not the ones that I saw coming. But also not horrible. Just saying. I think I definitely am going to need the Trick Room here. Do I double the Trick Room up? Hey, listen, if I Trick Room with both my Mons, they can't possibly stop both of us, right? If I Trick Room Ally Switch, I think I lose my Dialga. That's the issue. So I kind of just have to let my Cresselia die. Or I swap in Groudon and save Cresselia for later. Let's do that. Let's do that. I have AV on Groudon for a reason, right? The AV is there for a reason. So even if they Dynamax Yveltal, a bit, you know, go big, scary, spooky bat thing, maybe we can be above half. Maybe we can be not dead, which is kind of what my goal is here, is to not be dead. Now, I'm just wondering if they just took that shot. They are Dynamax and the Yveltal here. Which means that if we somehow make it out of this turn with Dialga or, you know, Groudon, we have the option of Dynamax in this upcoming turn for the speed control and the, you know, everything else control. All right, they set up screens, followed by the darkness. They did just take the shot there. Wow. All right, thankfully we ate that up. Above half. Yes, we did it. We are above half. Which means it is a 2K. Never mind. Special defense drop is going to suck. Okie dokie. All right. Well, Trick Room's up. Now what? Now they said Reflect is what that means. It's okay. I can go for Flash Cannon here. Do they have an Ensign? They do have an Ensign. So they can spam on me. What do they have in the back? Did they bring Ensign? They could have brought Ensign. Do I want to Dynamax the half health Groudon? Or do I Dynamax the Dialga? No, I think I Dynamax the Groudon. I'm going to regret this later, but we don't really have an option. Alright, we'll go into the Grim. Okay. We got to get the special defense back up for them to drop it back down, right? We have to keep, we have to try to keep our special defense at neutral. So we can't go for anything except for Quakes, unfortunately. That's the issue with Yveltal. There's just so much snowball potential because of Max Darkness. Like, Yveltal would not be nearly as good if Dynamax was not a thing. Are they just scary? Thank you. Did they see that I got Trick Room up? Or what? Cool, here's Flash Cannon. Does not KO. I mean, of course, because we're in light screen. But this Quake should definitely knock it out. So, hey, cool. We knocked out their support Pokemon. We did it, guys. We knocked out the Grimmsnarl. And we have raised their special defense back up to neutral on both our Mons. Let's see what they decided to do in terms of their moves. Probably just another Darkness. Yep, there it is. Into the Dialga this time. We also tanked that with Dialga. Somehow. Some way. We're tanking these hits. Miraculously. All right. Well, now we're -1 again. But hey, that's just the nature of the beast. Radon's coming in now. And I'm wondering what I'm gonna do about it. I think Dialga just dies. And I think I have to accept that. So let's go for the Deep Pulse onto Groudon. Let's double check for fairies. They do have a maybe Comfy, but I really don't think they brought Comfy. I guess just in case they brought Comfy, let's practice the better play and go for the Flash Cannon. Followed by the just straight up Quake onto Groudon. We got to keep raising our special defense, like I said before. All right, thanks to the scary face from the Grimmsnarl, we are going to go first. Followed by their Precipice Blades. Groudon's going to avoid. Honestly, fine. I think I would rather not take damage on my Groudon right about now. I think Groudon not taking damage is more important than my Dialga living. And what's even better news is that now what this means is their Yveltal is done Dynamaxing. I have the chance of maybe doing some damage to something. And we'll see. Max Darkness now onto my Groudon. Oh my goodness. I really hope a Sucker Punch doesn't KO me there. That crits me. Is that crit gonna matter? I'm gonna cry. Oh no, oh, I ally switch. Okay, I bring in Cress, I ally switch. That's all that I can do. If they Sucker Punch, crap. I gotta bring Cress, I gotta ally switch, I gotta go for the Groudon, I gotta get my special defense back up to neutral, get my Cress up to +1. Yeah, I think I just ally switch. Just to protect myself from Sucker Punch, if they do have it. And let me knock out the Groudon here. The issue is the Groudon Precipice Blades might be enough to knock me out. Oh, not if it switches. Venusaur. Venusaur's not gonna appreciate this. I don't think, at least. Fine. Honestly, this is just free damage for me here. And I get a special defense +1. My ally switch meant nothing. But I did show them that I have ally switch, so maybe that scares them a little bit. All right, the final Max Quake now. They don't have Instant in the back, which is like amazing news for... Oh, okay. Bye, Venusaur. Is that crit for crit? Remember, they crit me last turn, so it's fair. That crit was probably more meaningful, not gonna lie, but we take what we get, you know? It's weird that the Groudon decided to switch there. Maybe they thought that they can get the safe switch, but I was doing nothing but hitting the Groudon for my 3 Dynamax turns, so... Why they think that I would switch it up, I have no idea. And is this another turn with Trick Room? The final turn of Trick Room, actually. I'm gonna go into Charizard thinking they're gonna Precipice me. And I think I'm just gonna fire a Psychic into this Groudon. I think I'll be okay by doing that. I'm not entirely sure though. Because if they do go for the Rock Slide, they won't KO my Groudon. They have to go for a move into my Groudon spot to knock out my Groudon before I'm able to knock out their Groudon, right? So there has to be like a fire move or a ground move. The rock move ain't gonna cut it. Anyway, here's a Psychic. Is this gonna cut it? Ooh, so close. It is a fire punch. Into the crest spot. I guess predicting another ally switch. They do get the burn, but that's irrelevant. Here's the dark pulse. Into the Charizard. We live at 3, but we're another crit, man. The sunlight fading is actually like the best case scenario there. Because I think naturally the Charizard outspeeds the Yveltal. But I'm going to go for the Scorching Sands on the Groudon. And I'll just Moonblast the Yveltal. If the Yveltal doesn't protect, I could be screwed. That's the issue here. I'll overheat on Yveltal. This is risky. Oh, this is so risky. Because if Yveltal doesn't protect, it could be in a lot of trouble. I feel like they don't protect Yveltal. Okay, they don't? Okay, good. I meant to say if Yveltal does protect, I'll be in a lot of trouble. But it doesn't. Charizard's gonna die. This is unfortunate. Because it means I'm definitely losing Cress here. Oh my goodness, Cress. Sitrus. Oh. Cress ain't dying yet, folks. Cress is not dying. Fire punch. Are you like a choice in some fashion? Oh, that was not any damage. Oh, that is underwhelming damage. Oh, now they're gonna do a lot more damage. Their weakness policy. What do I do? I don't think there's anything I could do. I think now we're just in a bad position. I'm wondering if any of those crits mattered even a little bit. All right, I'm gonna Rock Slide and Ally Switch, and I'm gonna pray that it's enough to KO both of them. That's all I could do. I gotta hope they wanted to focus down the Groudon spot and they won't Darkness the Oblivion Wing. Who are you Oblivion Winging? The Crest? Okay, good. I need this Rock Slide to hurt like a lot. Come on. No! What the heck? What the actual heck? Man, I don't know what to tell you guys, but what a I got crit 3 times in one battle and I missed the important moves. That's a Cinderace. This person's name is Yeet. Okay. What a fun name, my friend. Well, I do see a Yveltal, I do see Tailwind, I do see Cinderace, I do see a Licky, so I don't know if you guys noticed, they want to go pretty darn fast. I think Dialga is a pretty nice lead for us. I might even go Dialga Rillaboom just for some fake out, just to help us set Trick Room a little bit better. Bring the Crest in the back because it's the Crest. I think I'm not bringing Crest this game. Because I'll be honest, I'm looking at their team and I don't think Crest does anything. I'm looking for a reason to bring it. I don't see it. I think a Charizard Dynamax is probably going to be the better option, especially if we get the Trick Room up, because Charizard should be able to like delete their whole team if we get Trick Room up, except for the Groudon. We don't quite need the Gastro, so I'm not going to bring it. Yeah, I think we don't bring Crest here. I mean, I feel bad because it's the Crest video, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense, right? If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. Instead of getting like, you know, 2 losses in this episode, I'd much rather get, you know, 2 wins and a loss. And that 1 loss being a very hacks-filled loss. Granted, one of my wins was hacks-filled too, but it's fine. All right, lead the Whimsicott. Okay. Now, there is a world where this is bad for us. And I think that world is a world where Whimsicott has Helping Hand. how common is helping hand rooms? I know it's common enough for me to think about it, but I wanna see if the numbers are on my side here. Oh my, 68%. Okay, so you have to assume it has helping hand. So there's no point of even going. I mean, I will still trick room, but there's no point of faking out at this point. If they're going for the kill, they're going for the kill, and it's gonna hurt. I mean, I guess also, what does my Rillaboom do in this game? I guess I could protect. I'll fake out just in case. I don't know. Because it could taunt too. They swap. Oh. Ditto. Oh. What's happening? I guess, yeah, you got a Dialga now. So they could trick room and trick room later. I think faking out is still the... Oh, fine. What's happening? I mean, okay. Trick room's up now, I guess. Now, Whim can undo that if it has trick room itself. It has protect. Then it has protect, has tail, and it has a move to attack with. What is the last? It's not taunt because it would have gone for taunt unless it knew that it has fake out. So I guess it could be taunt. This is such a good opportunity. I mean, I could go double ground move into Ditto, but we just saw them switch out of Yveltal. So is that really the smartest option? I think I double into Whim? Am I dumb for doing this? I don't think so. I think this is fine. Doubling into Whim. Whim is annoying. We'll deal with it right now and not have to deal with it again later. And it looks like Whim is just attacking this turn, which is interesting. It's not what I expected it to do. And we can always assume Ditto is scarfed for the most part. I think the, let's see how common scarf Ditto is. Yeah, 92%. So you're now scarfed onto Trick Room. You really hate Trick Room that much? You had to do that? Alright, here comes Cinderace. I think I click this again. And I think I get a free swap here in a Zard. No. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the swap here. Are they going to stay and trigger my Trick Room? Or are they just going to keep... Or are they just going to swap out? I'm assuming they're swapping, right? They have to swap. They're trick rooming. They're trick rooming my Trick Room. I'm tilted now. I mean, fine. I guess that makes a little bit of sense. What are they gonna do here? Just like go for the max. Spooky. Darkness. Turns into a dark type. Now, who are they going for? Is the question. That's probably gonna be the Dialga, right? Yeah. Doesn't knock out my Dialga. Doesn't even bring me down to half. But it's going to lower my special defense for what it's worth. Unless this is just like a Sash Ditto, which is 4% usage. They are. Oh. Well, alrighty then. Okay. I get the game we're playing now. Well, into Groudon I go. It's time to light Cinderace on fire. I could Airstream, but they could click Trick Room again, so. Do I Dynamax Groudon? I'll go for Precipice. And then I'll Dynamax Airstream Cinderace, which should knock it out no matter what typing it is. And if they Trick Room, then my Groudon will outspeed. So no matter what, I am good in this scenario. Fine. Go into Yveltal. We're going to outspeed next turn, as long as we get the Airstream up. But if they Airstream, then... Oh, we're still going to outspeed, because Charizard should naturally outspeed Yveltal. By like 1 point, right? Yveltal should be 99 or something. Yeah, exactly 99, and Charizard's exactly 100. Awesome. Perfect. Golden. I have a big dragon now. Big Lady Zard. They do go for Airstream. They are going to change into a flying type, which means my Precipice is going to hit you know, absolutely nothing, but it is what it is. We should be able to eat this up, and they should not be able to eat this up, so fine by me. And since we know they're not scarfed on Ditto, the Ditto will not outspeed my Zard next turn either. Are you joking? The 1 HP live? I am getting so unlucky today. Bruh, I mean, that's not even fun. Like, that's just annoying. They're gonna die next turn no matter what, but... Ugh. Okay, I guess I have to protect this turn. I don't really have an option. But if they Airstream, they're gonna be faster with the Yultol now. Like, this is so dumb, the fact they just live on 1 HP. What'd you feed that thing? Oh well. Let's see if the Rock Slide can manage to make something happen. What's taking them so long? I feel like there isn't that many decisions to make. I'll guard here. They go for the Sucker. They don't get it, thankfully. They go for the Fireball now. Switches to the Fire type. Are they going to my Groudon? They didn't Airstream. Hold on, they might be throwing. They did go in a Groudon. That is going to one-shot my Groudon. But the issue wasn't the Groudon. The issue was the Yveltal. And I'm lighting that thing on fire next turn. The Yveltal never got the speed boost that it needed to outspeed my Charizard. Solar Power's going to hurt. It's fine. Hang in there. Grassy Terrain disappears. We're going to get right back, though. Let's bring in our Rillaboom. They're also going to copy our Zard, which is annoying. But we can fake it out this turn for what it's worth. I think we fake out, light Yveltal on fire. Then worry about Ditto. I think so. I think that's the play. All right, Ditto. Copy my Zard now. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward turn. Fake you out. And light you on fire. And hope this is enough damage. I mean, at this point, I'm not even sure how much damage my Zard is doing. Granted, it wasn't Airstream. It wasn't like it was my maximum damage output, but still, it was annoying. I could have one-shot that Cinderace, but then I would have lost speed control, which isn't worth it. It's kind of what they did to my Groudon, where they decided to go for the Oko rather than the speed control. Here's a fake out. Clap. Not today. That's a lot of damage, to be honest. They Sucker Punch. We do live at 1 HP for 1 HP. Get the heck out of my game. Unfortunately, I think I still lose, though. Unfortunately, I think I still lose. And the reason for that is, guess what? How am I defeating the Zard now? I'm not sure I can. Yeah, you better take solar power damage. I have to hope that a Grassy Glide crits or something. How many turns of Sun? I mean, I guess I could force them to take more turns of solar power. Okay, good. Yeah, I can. So I'm going to protect. Take a little bit more solar power damage, right? They're going for moves that miss, at least. It's about half. Glide time, baby. I have Muscle Band. Could hurt. Does no damage. It's a Sitrus Rotom? Not Rotom, Ditto? I guess if I had to lose to something, it was gonna be that. I guess if I had to lose to something, it was gonna be Sitrus Ditto. Yeah, Yeet is right, huh? GG's, let's get you guys this rental. And here you have the rental for the Cresselia team. I gotta say, I'm not too impressed with Cresselia. It wasn't an awful mon, but it wasn't... There was obviously some serious problems with dealing with Yveltal and dealing with Calyrex Shadow that we had to encounter today. And the team, I feel like, doesn't have a very solid way of dealing with those mons. It just kind of relies on the speed control and relies on KOing through Charizard's damage output, which isn't always reliable sometimes. All in all, we had some pretty interesting games today. They weren't, I mean, we lost 2 of them and won 1 of them. They weren't boring games, though. They were really fun. I feel like they were very back and forth. Of course, some of them were full of hacks, some of them weren't. One of the games we had, 2 instances of living on 1 HP with both sides of the field, which is another fun little mechanic. Make sure to grab this rental. Cal, thank you so much for making this rental public. I do greatly appreciate it. Sorry I couldn't perform as well with it as I'm sure that you can on in your practice with it. But honestly, it was a lot of fun. And if you guys want to try out this team, please do feel free to grab this rental code. Let me know how you do in the comment section down below. Anyway, I'm Ken, this Pokésports. Have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Bye-bye.